Saṃyukta Āgama, Mindfulness of Breathing, 801, 5 Dharmas. Thus have I heard. At one time the Buddha was abiding in Shravasti in the Jeta Grove in Anathapindada's park. At that time the Bhagavan said to the bhikshus, "There are 5 dharmas that bring many abundant benefits for the cultivation of mindfulness of breathing. What are these 5? Abiding in the pure precepts of the Pratimoksha rules, abiding and progressing perfectly with majestic deportment, with fear and concern arising for even minor transgressions. Accepting, maintaining, and studying the precepts is called the first practice that brings many abundant benefits for the cultivation of mindfulness of breathing. Moreover, bhikshus having few desires, few possessions, and few affairs to attend to is called the second dharma, which brings many abundant benefits for the cultivation of mindfulness of breathing. Moreover, bhikshus, knowing moderation in food and drink, having neither too much nor too little, and to not give rise to thoughts seeking and desiring food and drink, considering only the essential matters, is called the third dharma, which brings many abundant benefits for the cultivation of mindfulness of breathing. Moreover, bhikshus, spending leisure time within the forest, away from various troubles and conflicts, is called the fifth dharma, which brings many abundant benefits for the cultivation of mindfulness of breathing. After the Buddha had spoken this sutra, the bhikshus heard what the Buddha had said and joyfully practiced in accordance. 802. Knowledge. Thus have I heard. At one time the Buddha was abiding in Shravasti in the Jeta Grove in Anathapindada's park. At that time the Bhagavan said to the bhikshus, "You should cultivate mindfulness of breathing. A bhikshu who cultivates mindfulness of breathing, cultivating it assiduously, obtains rest in body and rest in mind, with vitarka and vichara, with extinction and purity, connected with knowledge, cultivated to completion." After the Buddha had spoken this sutra, the bhikshus heard what the Buddha had said and joyfully practiced in accordance. 803. Knowledge. Thus have I heard. At one time the Buddha was abiding in Shravasti in the Jeta Grove in Anathapindada's park. At that time the Bhagavan said to the bhikshus, "You should cultivate mindfulness of breathing. If a bhikshu cultivates mindfulness of breathing and cultivates it much, he obtains rest in body and mind, with vitarka and vichara, tranquility, purity, connected with knowledge, cultivated to completion." How does one cultivate mindfulness of breathing so that having cultivated it much he obtains rest in body and mind, with vitarka and vichara, extinction, purity, connected with knowledge, cultivated to completion? This bhikshu, if he depends upon a village or city, in the morning gets dressed, grabs his bowl, and enters the village to beg for food. Skillfully protecting his body, guarding the doors of his faculties, he skillfully fixes and steadies his mind. After begging for food, he returns to his original place, puts away his robe and bowl, and washes his feet. He then goes to a forest, or an empty room, or below a tree, or perhaps an empty place outdoors. He then corrects his body and sits down. Fixing his mindfulness before him, he severs worldly craving and affections, in purity apart from desires, severing hatred, sloth and torpor, restlessness and remorse, and doubt. Crossing over doubts and confusions with his mind, obtaining resolve from skillful dharmas. Detached from the afflictions of the 5 hindrances of the mind which causes wisdom power to weaken, and act as obstructing factors, making one not go to nirvana. Mindful of the in-breath, he skillfully trains with focused mindfulness. Mindful of the out-breath, he skillfully trains with focused mindfulness. Mindful of long breaths, he skillfully trains with focused mindfulness. Mindful of short breaths, he skillfully trains with focused mindfulness. Breathing in aware of the entire body, he skillfully trains breathing in aware of the entire body. Breathing out aware of the entire body, he skillfully trains breathing out aware of the entire body. Breathing in aware of calming bodily formations, he skillfully trains in breathing in aware of calming bodily formations. Breathing out aware of calming bodily formations, he skillfully trains in breathing out aware of calming bodily formations. Breathing in aware of joy, he skillfully trains in breathing in aware of joy. Breathing out aware of joy, he skillfully trains in breathing out aware of joy. Breathing in aware of bliss, he skillfully trains in breathing in aware of bliss. Breathing out aware of bliss, he skillfully trains in breathing out aware of bliss. Breathing in aware of mental formations, he skillfully trains in breathing in aware of mental formations. Breathing out aware of mental formations, he skillfully trains in breathing out aware of mental formations. Breathing in aware of calming mental formations, he skillfully trains in breathing in aware of calming mental formations. Breathing out aware of calming mental formations, he skillfully trains in breathing out aware of calming mental formations. Breathing in aware of the mind, he skillfully trains in breathing in aware of the mind. Breathing out aware of the mind, he skillfully trains in breathing out aware of the mind. Breathing in aware of gladdening the mind, he skillfully trains in breathing in aware of gladdening the mind. Breathing out aware of gladdening the mind, he skillfully trains in breathing out aware of gladdening the mind. Breathing in aware of steadying the mind, he skillfully trains in breathing in aware of steadying the mind. Breathing out aware of steadying the mind, he skillfully trains in breathing out aware of steadying the mind. Breathing in aware of releasing the mind, he skillfully trains breathing in aware of releasing the mind. Breathing out aware of releasing the mind, he skillfully trains in breathing out aware of releasing the mind. Breathing in contemplating impermanence, he skillfully trains in breathing in contemplating impermanence. Breathing out contemplating impermanence, he skillfully trains in breathing out contemplating impermanence. Contemplating severance, contemplating desirelessness. Breathing in contemplating cessation, he skillfully trains in breathing in contemplating cessation. Breathing out contemplating cessation, he skillfully trains breathing out contemplating cessation. This is called cultivating mindfulness of breathing so the body is calm, the mind is calm, with vitarka and vichara, with extinction and purity, connected with knowledge cultivated to completion. After the Buddha had spoken this sutra, the bhikshus heard what the Buddha had said and joyfully practiced in accordance.